Hey, here we are back in the garage. Thought I'd do an update on my Ducati project. You can see sitting there. I've made a lot of changes. Kind of my goal was to make it more than just a street cruiser, but a bit of an adventure bike too. I've even ordered some saddlebags that haven't come in yet. I've tried to get it to where it can go off-road, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as I kind of circle around the bike and show you some of the things that I've done to it. And again, I love to work on motorcycles, and I like to do things cheaply, if possible, quality, but cheaply. So if I can save money, I want to. And as you know, Ducatis are some of the most expensive motorcycle parts that you can get. And for modifications and things like that, they cost you a lot more. So I will show you what I've tried to do on a budget to make it the most off-road, adventure type Ducati Scrambler, besides maybe the desert sled, that you could get. So here we go. Okay, there she is. This is a 2016 Ducati Scrambler Icon, I think originally, but it came to me, it already had this custom tank on it because this year did not come with the black and silver. And if you look close at that, those side panels there, they're not removable. They've been kind of molded into it. And but let me go around the bike and show you some of the stuff that I've done. Let's start over on the other side. First off, I already mentioned before in one of my previous videos that you can see I put that silencer on there. The silencer is actually from my XR400, but the pipe fit just right, and it works really well. It's not loud. Maybe I'll start it up at the end, but it's not real quiet either. But it definitely, I think I lost about 5 kilograms just taking that big original exhaust off of there. And the next thing we're looking at here is, so you can see this engine guard that goes around the bike. I made that myself, and I showed in another video, it actually fits right into these pieces here, where the little circles are on the frame. Okay, let's keep going. As you can see, it's got a different rear fender. I ordered this one on eBay. It's a Rezoma, and I like how it comes clear under, it comes out, and with the license plate, it catches most of the mud really well. And I'm doing some off-road. If you can see that GE, that's the Republic of Georgia. That's where I live in Eastern Europe, right next to Armenia and right below Russia. And then while we're here, you can also see the custom rack that I made. I just happened to have a piece of titanium tube. In fact, at first I thought it was stainless steel until I began to work with it and tried to weld it. And if you know anything about titanium, it can't be welded with a regular stick weld. You need to TIG weld that. So what I did is I just drilled holes and put it right into the frame, and then made a metal mount for it that goes around it with stainless steel rivets. And then I had some aluminum I put on top of it, and just stainless steel riveted that into. If you're wondering what that is for my spare gas tank for adventure riding. See, that gives me an extra 5 liters, and it fits right on the back of there. Haven't even tried it out yet. Turn signals, it came with no turn signals, so I put these little guys on there. They were about, I think, $14 on Amazon. And then as well, you can see I got this nice headlight guard there, and that is a Chinese made one. I think it was about $22, and again I got that on Amazon, and it's really tough actually. And I put a small windscreen on there just because I noticed as I'd get going to about up to 60-70 miles an hour, if you hit 80, it about blows you off the seat. So that just helps reflect the wind a little bit to help you go a little more comfortable. What else? The bark busters you can see here I put on. These are real nice ones. They are made by, who are they made by? I forget. But you can get those on eBay as well. eBay or Amazon. Had to modify them a little bit, shorten them because they didn't fit the bars real well. But boy, these are tough, and they're so great. If you fall over, they protect your bike as well as protecting your hands as you ride. You might notice I have some different foot pegs. These are the original ones here. These are pretty much exactly the same as the ones that would normally be on the front, but boy, are they uncomfortable. They're small, the grip isn't very good, and if you're not wearing real hard shoes on or boots on the bottom, well, you can't hardly stand up. But with these, they're much bigger, and they're much more comfortable. And also I got those on Amazon as well. Bike's not super clean, but you can see those are Ketabos, and they were about, I think, $54. So a little expensive, but actually those are the cheapest of the nice foot pegs that you can get for it. Also came without a chain guard, so out of that same aluminum I made the rack out of, I put a chain guard on there. And you can, from this side you can see also my bar that protects the engine. It's just made out of two pieces, a U piece that goes around the front and then comes back. And instead of mounting down in there where they mount some of them, it mounts right into these engine mounts. And it's mounted to pieces of metal that just fit right into the tube there. It's real strong. And just made that out of some scrap metal I had in my garage. And I have, you can see over there in the corner, a little pipe bender. Then it also came without fork guards. Somebody had taken them off. I think they thought it looked cool without fork guards. The original fork guards are real expensive, around $100 or more. So I got these. These are actually Acerbics. And these are actually, believe it or not, these are made in Italy. And they cost about $16. Those are for an XR400, I believe. And as you look up, you can see the front fender. This is not the original fender. I had the small fender down below, but I noticed when I went off-road and picked up any mud, it would literally grind in there. The metal, I mean the rocks would get in there and grind with the metal. And this one is, I got on Amazon as well, and it's a UFO. And I think it was $25, $26, and man, it's so much nicer. It's going to keep the dirt from flinging all over me and the rain, and brings it up, and I'm not going to have any more rocks jamming in there. Any trouble with that, hopefully. I also put in a USB plug. You can see the plug for the USB plug. You can use that for all kinds of accessories, but there's my USB right under there. And this one just has two plugs on it, and it also has a voltmeter on it. So when it's plugged in, the voltmeter will tell me how many volts I've gotten. While we're over here, you can also see this really great phone holder I got. I've seen some folders that, phone holders that hold, you know, it takes 2 or 3 hands to get them off and on. But this one you can actually do with one hand. You can tilt it to the side, up and down, back and forth, and it really holds the phone really well. I was also looking at, you know, protecting the bike as much as I can with the engine guard. You can see down there. That's actually, you can actually set that up onto something now as well, and use that rather than using the bottom of the engine. And as you can see here, this is my oil cooler, and I put a guard on there myself. It's got thousands of little holes in it, plus it's got some space in between there, and it just sits, I just bent it, sits right over the top, and it's just glued top and bottom. And that cost me nothing. That came out an old microwave. Also, it didn't come with the skid plate. You can see the skid plate down there. Normally these skid plates, they just mount terribly. They bounce all over the place, they don't hold. But as you can see, I made a little bit of an L bracket to go from my engine guard to this, and now it is solid. And also along the back, if we can get underneath there, I can show you. I put in, there's a piece of rubber that runs right along there that cushions the back of it between the engine and also makes it much firmer. So now I can actually go over rocks and hit it, and it'll actually defend it. Because before I broke 2 oil filters, smashed them. let me just show you here. I can kick that baby and it doesn't move at all now. Those are most of the changes I've done on it. I haven't touched the engine. The engine runs great. It's powerful. It takes me where I want to go. I mean, they make an 1100 now, and I can't for the life of me think of why you'd want an 1100 when this 800 is so powerful. And it'll take me up to 125. I've had it up to 125 miles an hour, 200 kilometers an hour, no problem. Go ahead and fire it up so you can hear that muffler, that DG silencer. I gassed myself out here in the garage. Well, that's the modifications I've done so far. Got more plans for it. I'm planning on putting some saddlebags on there and some other little things here and there. It'll just make it more capable for long trips. My next trip I'm planning is going through Turkey, going to Ararat, and then down to the Mediterranean, around to the Black Sea, and maybe a quick jaunt over to one of the Greek islands where I've got some friends. And then next year I'm planning a trip through Central Asia, yeah, I'll keep you updated, and hopefully I'm going to get some camera mounts and stuff. I ordered a GoPro type camera for it so that I can actually do some filming as I drive as well. But for me, honestly, I love to work on motorcycles. For me, I could spend most of my time working on it and less time driving it. Although I love to ride too. I just love playing in the garage. Modifying things, trying to make them better. Thinking of what would make a motorcycle work better, be more capable off-road. Now if you like it, hit like. If you're interested in seeing more videos, subscribe. And I promise to get some more out.